This is the third episode of 4 beans 12 brew. This is our bean for this episode. This is the Kamanuru Natural. So the Kamanuru comes from West Maraola in central Sulawesi. It has flavor notes of starfruit, pineapple and persimmon sweetness. It's a natural process and it has a funky flavor notes. Let's open this bean. Like the Kerinci, it's pretty lightly roasted, smells like tropical fruit. So we'll do 95 degrees Celsius. The total water is going to be 200 grams, split into 4 with 12 grams of coffee. We will grind the bean with 17 clicks on Timor C3S. Okay, let's clean the setup and we're going to start brewing. The brew time is actually a little bit under my prediction. I want it to be 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's see what's the effect to the brew. We're going to taste this. First of all, it smells funky, that tropical fruit smell. Let's see what this tastes like. This is straight pineapple. Yeah, it has the pineapple tanginess and then it goes to a very sweet aftertaste. The sourness is getting more and more intense. It's not the pleasant kind of sour. Now I can taste another flavor. I cannot really describe what it is. It's sweet. The first thing that comes to mind is the flavor of unripe guava. It kinda tastes sour like that. It's not very pleasant for me. Maybe you like that kind of tanginess. I'm going to check the aftertaste. It has the floral aroma when it's inside your mouth. The aftertaste is clean, but that's all. I cannot pick up any flavor in the aftertaste. It's just clean. I think this might be a little bit under extracted. Okay, we need to improve this, obviously. This is the second brew of Kamanuru Natural beans. The previous brew, the cup is pretty acidic. It's full of tropical fruit flavor and clean aftertaste, but it's not my favorite cup, so we are still going to find the best way to brew this coffee for me. For this second brew, we are still going to use 95 degrees Celsius water and we are going to split the brew into 4 just like before, but this time we are going to grind finer to 15 clicks because we want to ramp up the brew time so that the cup will not be too sour. The brew actually takes 2 minutes and 50 seconds because I actually let the blooming go on for around 1 minute. Also, I think it should be 2 minutes and 35 seconds, which brings us back to this one. Even though I've grind finer, but the brewing time is identical. I'm not sure what will happen with this brew. Let's give it a taste. First thing that comes to mind is still the pineapple flavor. I noticed also that the body has increased. I can say this is a medium body now. It's sweet, very sweet. The aftertaste is long and floral. Let's go for another sip. This coffee is funky. This cup is very modern, but it's not acceptable for everyone. So that's why I describe it as funky. But I think this is the characteristic of the Kamanuru Natural. The natural process actually increased the funkiness of the coffee beans. This is one very fruity coffee. After we grind finer, actually it's very similar. We should change the pouring steps or the temperature because changing the grind size 2 steps finer doesn't contribute a lot for the brew. It's basically similar between the first and the second brew. This is the third brew of our Kamanuru Natural beans. So I'll walk you through how I brew this while we wait for the coffee to cool down a bit. So for the third brew, I decided to decrease the brewing temperature, and also we were doing 16 clicks on timer C3S. We pour with 40, and 120 for the total of 200 grams of water. And we were using 92 degree Celsius water, so it's lower than the previous two brew. And the brewing time for this is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We know this coffee is a bit funky. It tends to give this kind of sour flavor that I don't particularly enjoy. I'm doing this variables because actually I want to extract less, so the flavor can be more subtle. Let's give it a taste. Okay, the first thing I noticed that is different from the previous two brews is that the initial sourness has been reduced to a point where I can say that this is comfortable for me to drink. And then I can taste the berries. Is there berries here? No? Okay. I can taste berries. I also get peanutty flavor. The aftertaste is short but full of citrus. A short aftertaste could be an indication of under extraction. Remember, this coffee is very funky, so this is my attempt to extract less. The result is as expected. It has a very low body. Acidity is relatively low compared to the previous two. There is a hint of sweetness. The pineapple is toned down. It's funny because the first thing that I noticed for the previous two brews, actually the flavor of pineapple, but this one I can barely taste the pineapple. As it cools down, the acidity started to rise, making the coffee funkier than when it's very hot. The sensation that I want to remove is the punchy, acidic, sour flavor when you first take a sip. In this cup, there is none. It's clean, it's subtle. I think this is my favorite of the 3 brew attempt because it's less acidic. But if you like punchy flavor, you like something that is different, you like something that is funky, you should brew it like the first or the second brew. I think that's all for the Kamanuru Natural. So after 3 brews, I can say that this one is the funkier so far. Even though it has the same post-harvest processing with Kerinci Natural, but I think being a funky bean to start with, and you add another layer of funkiness with the natural processing, make this an even funkier coffee beans. When someone say coffee, this flavor won't come to your mind the first time because it's kind of a new generation of coffee flavor. So the takeaway is, if you don't like your cup of coffee, you should probably try brewing it again with another method. Maybe you want to increase the extraction if your cup tastes weak, or you want to reduce the extraction if your cup tastes too strong for you. In this case, I reduced my extraction because it was kind of too pungent for me. It was too sour. So remember that taste is relative to the person who is drinking it. I'll see you in the next brew where we will be brewing our last coffee for this batch, which is the washed Flores. I'm sure it will not be as funky as this, but still I can't wait to taste the coffee. Thank you so much for joining me in this adventure. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.